All right, everyone, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Huff, woof. Wow. What's up, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you might be on this incredible rock in the universe.
Indeed.
And this one thing I just want to say: we're not going to be discussing this on the show, but last week it was Spyro's birthday. He's 25 now, so happy birthday to the Purple Dragon. Just wanted to mention that. Hey.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to Spyro! Happy birthday to you!
Yes, I know you very much appreciate the purpleness.
I know, but who hasn't, right? Like, that
Yeah, Spyro's
the
great.
Purple Dragon was an icon of our childhood as a 90s kid myself.
Oh yeah, literally the first game I ever played. It was great. It's crazy to think that he's 25 years old now, and this was about a week ago. So we're a little late to that, but that's okay.
Hey,
Anyways,
good.
that's all.
All right. So, next on the panel, as always, our interim host, Noble.
I'm going to ask the Magic 8 Ball if today's a good day to do a podcast. Yes.
Yes!
Yes! The Magic 8 Ball has spoken.
Today's a glorious day for the podcast. And rounding out the panel today, we have Ali.
Oh, hello everyone. Arf, arf.
Good to have
Hello.
you back once again,
Thank you.
King Doggo. So, well, there's quite a bit to cover this week too, but wasn't it also somebody's birthday, Evira?
Wait, besides Spyro.
Yeah, like the past couple of weeks that we kind of missed out on.
Oh goodness, it was it's a pup named Scooby Doo who just turned 53. Can you believe it? 53 years old.
I did not know he was that old. Holy moly.
Yeah, 1969. You know, so groovy, like back in the 60s. Like, yeah, 1969 on this day was the first episode of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? And since then, he's had, I believe, I don't have the exact numbers, but it's been several series, over like dozens of movies.
And a lot of reimaginings too to this modern era, and he's still up and kicking, and his cast is still up and kicking.
Oh, he's still like I think it's like $1 billion industry, just the Scooby Doo franchise. It's crazy.
And it's so funny. We talked about Velma and stuff last week. It's the cast is still kicking strong. That tells you something.
Well, obviously, it's a new year, a new age. Scooby Doo is adapting and transforming. 53. This is the modern age, guys, and Velma is
had through some changes.
Yeah, 10% changes.
Yes, but hopefully, as we always say, hope many more years for Scooby.
I just think, that's just really incredible that the show has been around for over half a century, and it's still pretty popular. They're still making new movies, new series, so all kinds of video games, you name it. Yeah, Scooby Doo will be around probably forever.
Indeed. And of course, we can't go without the obligatory live comment. Boxcard Husky, make Velma thick again.
Oh. Jinkies.
Yes, I know. We said it last week. We're saying this again to remind you. So, that said, last week I was very, very happy to have been able to go out and about again, adventuring. Took the time out last Sunday, and where I went to, we went to a dam and a waterfall just an hour away from home base.
Oh yeah, this is super cool. And now that it's getting warmer in your area, you're going to be able to go in a lot more places, right?
It is, actually. And considerably, as much as I miss the winter because that's blessed weather for fursuiting, it's actually not too bad to suit in spring. Yeah, it's warmer, but the sun has come back out, and it's a glorious day for it.
Yeah, well, it's still very early spring for you. I'm imagining, right? Like
That is
depending on
true.
where you live. Because right
That is
now
true.
it's just fall for me. Like actually, technically, fall doesn't start for another 6 days.
Hmm. Right, and it's just the weather's just been a bit of a mishmash, and it's like winter. I don't want to. I am not about to leave yet, and now, yeah,
Well, it looks like the skies were nice. It was good weather for it.
indeed. And to begin with, I just would like to say to you all, may the King of Purple bless you on this very fine day as he cometh down to this earth.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
The way like the sun catches you from behind, it's like you're glowing. Oh, that's so cool.
No, it's as if I have basically come down from heaven. And I was told, congratulations, you just split a rock.
Oh my goodness. Do give us your purple blessings, O Lord.
Indeed, I shall. Here we go.
Very Halo-esque indeed. So cool, man.
By the way, sorry that we sound like shit, guys.
Yeah, we tried. Well, we got the gist across. But yeah,
It's
you had a
This is
lot of.
called when that thing plays, you are asserting your dominance. Never forget that.
Yes.
But yes, as I was saying, we first stop on our list is the place called Cataract Dam, and it is glorious for its photogenic view and pure reservoir.
Wow, look at you. That's so cool.
Like you said to me, like, oh, I thought you went to a colonial fortress instead of a
I
dam.
I did, yes, because like if you look at like this bridge that you're on, or I guess like the top of the dam, all
Yeah.
those spaces in between, that's pretty much where like musketeers would be firing from the top of their
Righto.
fortress.
Exactly, and it also can't help because they had a tower as a centerpiece for the dam,
Right.
and that's probably and that's definitely why the dam is such a photogenic, wonderful place that people just come to
Oh, it's
down
really
here.
nice. Yeah.
It's a really popular dig down here, like straight up.
Oh,
And like
cool.
you look at it, and it's just so magnanimously huge in scale.
Like each one of those bricks. Wow.
It's all
Must be like,
sandstone, so it's not heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Well,
still ginormous bricks you have to logistically place in that order, though. That's kind of impressive. When was this built?
years and years. I've still got the plaque. I have the photograph of the plaque of it. Mind you, don't know the full history of it. Oh, okay. It was built in 1907, and I'll show you what it says on the plaque. Here you go. Cataract Dam. Contractor Lane and Peters completed this basalt concrete face sandstone block masonry dam in 1907.
Oh, basalt.
Wow. And sandstone.
Well, it's
And
still standing
1906.
here for 115 years.
Cool.
Indeed. And just, yeah. Like, it's so scary. Like, when you look at the dam from up high, when you're up this high, it's a surreal feeling.
So why exactly was it built? Was it to create a reservoir for
Yeah.
fresh water?
Yeah, it was for use for the people of New South Wales. You're right. And
Wow,
not to
cool.
mention, around that area I went to, there's basically about 4 different reservoirs, about 4 different dams or so. I don't know. I can't totally fully remember the number off the top of my head, but yes. They're like like around about 4 dams or so within close-ish proximity of each other.
Oh wow.
Hmm
I love like when you're looking out onto the water, you see like these rolling hills all around you. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's mountain and forest, and it's a very photogenic dam because right in front, right towards the front of it, just before the bridge, is a scenic garden.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that natural or is it like constructed?
Well, a bit of both, but the
Okay.
garden is very decorative too, and it's yes, at the time it had a dried out bed, you know, dried out fountain, but yes, it's very photogenic, and the
Oh
scale of
cool.
it too. But you know what? To add on to it though, I wasn't alone on that day too either, because I had an assistant from my local fur group pull me out, and honestly, if you're listening to this, shout out to you. You just completely made my day and just made the whole experience so much better. Not to mention, you do have an awesome suit.
Aw. That's cute.
Yeah,
He's just like popping up over to like under like by the stairs or something.
yeah, it's a ledge, but
Oh, he's just chilling. That's cool. And I love like that shot where like the tower's like right behind him,
I
and you see like
there
the
was
mountain.
I actually love this because it's not just composed perfectly. Yeah, this photo is a real winner. I'm telling you.
Yeah, cool.
So yes, that was the Cataract Dam. I know more, but the second place we went to is about 20 minutes further down. There's a little rock waterfall that's not too far out. So it's actually really nice. And yes, this is the part where Squirrel goes crazy.
Oh boy. Look at the side of that cliff, guys. Here's our jolty boy on the side of a freaking waterfall, looking over the edge like, that's cool.
Like I'm about to jump down into the abyss.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, but it's really beautiful though. And along the way, it was great because a lot of people there was a lot of people out there just casually hiking around, and again, it always makes your day when when they see a fursuit out in the wild. Like, oh, don't mind us guys. We're just basically here to maintain harmony in nature.
No, you're just out there for a photo shoot.
And also adventure, sure. Oh goodness, see this picture scares me. I could never. First of all, you're very close to the edge and water, and you're in a fursuit, and you can't. Oh goodness, that's
That's a
scary.
very small amount of water, Vera.
Yeah, but if
It's not even.
it's
It's
still
like a shallow little rock pool ish thing. But
no, I'm not. I'm just saying it could ruin the fursuit. Just
no. Oh, I mean, I dipped in water once. Believe me, I survived there. Okay.
yeah.
Live comment. First part of that story. Jay Silverwolf, thanks for tuning in. No, Jolt, don't jump. You're not a flying squirrel.
Oh no. No, he's pretty grounded. I think he's good.
It's like that was like a story told in two parts where I just one I jump, two I'm back up. No, it's perfect. But no, there's some real winners too. Like sometimes you gotta wonder, you know.
Oh, that's a cool one. Again, I would just be so like nervous about slipping and falling and wrecking myself, but you guys are just going at it like crazy.
It just works. And you know what? That photo just basically says, they see me creeping, but this bush ain't big enough to hide the one of us.
Well, he's green. He's trying to blend in, you know. But yeah, that's a great shot too. Like on the rocks in the water.
You know
Yeah,
what was
and
fun?
I like how. Oh, what?
Yeah, like you know what was fun? I had no personal assistant or a third photographer for this, so the biggest challenge was I brought a tripod and basically put it in position and and had 10 seconds to get to hop through rocks and pose.
Oh goodness! So a person didn't take this. Like you literally just set this up, and you had to run over there and like get into position. Oh man!
Yeah, well, my personal assistants were meant to show up, but they partied too hard, and nah, I can't come.
Oh goodness. Well, I
Nah.
think it looks really cool. I especially like the fact that it's on an angle, kind of like a 25% angle, like down to the left.
Yeah.
It almost looks like there's more movement going on. Like,
And you
yeah,
know
it's kind of
what?
cool.
And I kind of learned now, that sort of stuff is actually perfect because I actually had this photo to share with you of my companion, which I took free-handed, and it was a happy accident that was just 100% perfect. I was so happy with this picture.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness.
And like, okay, so we have my buddy basically on all fours, like the dog pose.
And,
He's
this,
stacked up against the stairs, and
yeah,
the magnanimity and scale of it just works. Like he told me, put yourself on the camera on the ground, and take a photo to, just to magnify it all. And because I couldn't keep it straight, it was crooked. It was a happy accident that just worked out really well.
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to try that pose for like some fursuit pics of mine one
Yeah,
day.
you should. But yeah, more and more and more fun stuff again. That the Waterfall River is just photogenically beautiful.
Oh, I love this, but you're making me nervous. You are very close to the edge, dude. Oh goodness, that is pretty though.
Yeah, good composed. But there's another one just before I move forward. I think no picture or no trip is ever complete without one of these. No trip.
Crikey, a squirrel in his natural habitat.
Bad.
Ah, yes. I miss good old Steve. Like I said, it's not complete without a squirrel on a tree.
Yeah, that must have been crazy to get up there. I think we spoke about this earlier. Just climbing up there was.
It was tricky because I had no grip. Like, no grip, no thing. I had to literally do it as if I was crawling, like using my hands to guide myself forward.
Oh, so worth it though.
So worth it. But overall, that day was just so worth it all up, and I'm glad to have. I hadn't suited for 3 months at the time,
Mm.
and it just felt so great to be back in purple again.
Right on.
With a bit of extra help, and to show you this very fine piece of Australia too.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, again, as I always say, it's my hope to make you all feel more inspired and brave and adventurous. Take your fursuit to frontiers where no suit has ever gone before. And
Awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
all right. So, without any further ado, the next items that we've got on our docket today, these. Who's the weeb here? I know.
Ha.
Beastars is on its final season. Set to be coming soon.
Wow, so this is actually the third. What does it mean by final? Like this is
Third
the
and
end
final
of
season.
the series? Like does the comic book end as well?
Now, I haven't got all of the manga.
Yeah, sorry, the
Granted-
manga. Right. I'm
the manga.
my weeb lingo, sorry.
No, you're good. I don't have all the volumes, but usually the fact is the manga comes first and the anime just comes afterwards. It's practically how it goes there. And right now, like they're on 2 seasons on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
So now
Okay.
with the third season, it's
So how does that equate to the manga itself? Like, does it come in seasons per se, or I don't know? Because like, is the Beastars manga gonna keep going on, or is it over?
that's a good question.
Because if the manga's over, then that's a reason why the animated series will be over. But if they keep on making issues, then why wouldn't they keep on renewing seasons? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why is this the final one?
Well,
Unless
it
the
is
story's over.
Netflix.
Oh, well, okay, sure.
Yeah. Like, of course, Netflix is the one that's doing this sort of thing, and it's going to be distributed on Netflix. And usually, I know the thing is, the Japanese get it first, and then like they localize it down here.
Mhm.
So it's yeah.
Yeah, but does this mean that the manga ended, or just the show itself is not gonna have any more episodes of this obviously very popular manga that might still be going on? Like, that's the
Um,
question.
Good question. Like right now, I have 16 volumes of the manga.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I think it's not exactly what's it called? One episode is one chapter of the manga, because when I looked at it, it's like I think the first season ended at like volume 6 or volume 7 in
Oh,
the
okay, yeah,
when
yeah.
they escaped to the yeah, when they fought. I think I can't remember what it was, but yeah, somewhere along those lines. And then I don't know where. I haven't watched Visa's volume season 2, and I'm currently up to like volume 10 of the manga. So somebody who knows more of this stuff would know where season 2 would end. So I would say again, like, could they keep milking Beastars? Absolutely, yes. Could they make a season 4? Maybe if they wanted to. But
Uh, Noble or Ali, have you guys seen Beastars?
Yes.
Okay, so do you think they can still milk it?
If they wanted to, yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
again,
I
if it proves profitable,
sorry.
yeah. But what do you think, Ali?
Ali?
I was about to say I I don't I don't know. That's just my opinion about that. Is that I don't know, and plus the only time that I've seen Beastars was like one or two episodes of season one. That was it. I never watched any more of it ever since then.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Hang on.
because I really don't get into TV shows or like movies a lot.
Yeah, see that might be a problem like in the future with a lot of audiences. How like I haven't watched TV in probably 5 years. Like I haven't used cable in I can't even remember. And this maybe they're, but then again, Netflix is totally different. It's like a streaming service, so maybe they're just cutting it off early because maybe they don't have the funds. I mean, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, like I just
Sorry.
watch. It's fine. This is all I'm gonna say. But like, yeah, I just watch YouTube and like shit like that. That's pretty much it. I don't watch any TV series or like movies, or at least not a lot of, or at least not a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. So there's, as this article is saying, Beastars is maybe actually finished. The might have finished on, like it says, 196 chapters.
Ah,
And I think it's worth noting they go through like about 7 or 8 chapters for every volume of the manga.
Mhm.
And like they're saying, if they ended in 99th chapter, if season 2 ended in 99th chapter, I would say they may or may not be like season 3 is either going to be an extra long season or maybe a season 4. Like just
wow. Yeah,
mathematically speaking.
because that would be a lot of content to cover. depending on how long the seasons that were greenlit will be, or if they even have a season 4. But then they said season 3 is final, so maybe it just might be very compacted.
Or
I'm
maybe
not
a
sure.
super long season. Because remember, the Beastars seasons are 12 episodes, but it used to be that some anime, one season went for 26 episodes.
Yeah, well, it goes on to say, while some are hoping for a 24 episode send off, it should be pointed out that with even such an increase, there's still a very high chance that key plot points and moments will still be cut from page to anime, and that's very true. We've seen this a lot when it comes to whether it be manga or comic books that translate to original series. Like with Walking Dead, same thing. A lot of things have changed. A lot of storylines are different depending on the networks that are broadcasting it. They have their own certain things that they have to pay for.
Well, the other thing is that not everything can easily be translated from a page to the screen.
Precisely.
True.
Looking at you, Tolkien.
And
Just saying. Yes,
and
you're correct.
and not just that, but you have to consider all sorts of other factors too, like pacing, timing. How do how they want to come off across when they do the whole voicing and such, and animation. So that's another thing too.
Yeah. And also story-wise too, like there has to be some kind of an end. Like there has to be some kind of a goal or a point to reach, like for the story to progress. Otherwise, it kind of just drones on like literally forever.
They
And
could always pull
that can get boring.
Sopranos.
Yeah, maybe, oh God. No, they could. No, they shouldn't. Nobody should pull a Sopranos, please.
Well, there was a Sliders where they literally left it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If they do that, maybe in like 7 years we'll see like a Disney reboot of it or something.
No, seriously, did Rembrandt get back to the home world, or did he get stuck on some other world? I want to know, damn it!
Who knows? It's up to audience interpretation. That's what makes it special and unique. No, it doesn't. It makes it frustrating for all us theorists.
It's like they basically left it on a cliffhanger and just never actually bothered to tie up that as an eternal loose end.
Well, hopefully Beastars doesn't do that. They actually do come to a good conclusion. And I think there are some series that do this very, very well. Like they have a story, you know what's gonna happen, it does, and they just complete the story entirely. Like Over the Garden Wall. 10-episode miniseries, incredible story. If you guys never heard of it, check it out. Or I guess Avatar: The Last Airbender could be one. That was the whole thing. The story completed. We're all good. I don't want Beastars to turn into something like The Simpsons, where it just goes on forever, because people will eventually lose interest.
I'm sorry, but I can't really see something like Beastars going on forever. I mean, maybe when majority of the students actually graduate from school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they literally can't go on forever because like they're in school. Like that's the thing.
What they could do though is swing around and go for a whole bunch of new students.
Next generation of Beastars.
Oh yeah, I guess so. But then it wouldn't. Yeah, interesting. The marketing would be interesting how they go about doing that, because you have to have permanent characters that kind of, are like our mascots for it. Really?
Power Rangers doesn't. Digimon doesn't.
What? Digimon doesn't?
Yeah, Digimon doesn't have the same characters. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 seasons, but in general, new season, new cast.
Yeah, new season, new characters, new plot arcs.
Yeah, well, that's why Digimon will always be inferior to Pokemon. Just saying. That's why. Okay, that's what happens. So they got to figure something out.
Ooh, that's fighting words.
Yeah. Well, am I wrong? I don't know.
I don't know. Digimon may have fingered, but it just kind of faded into obscurity.
Oh, it's still going strong.
It is still, but it's not as popular as it once was. I know I said fighting words too, but
no.
The Zoids. I mean, the most they've ever had is like 2 seasons that are the same, and the rest of them are all just different.
Yeah, like they got to introduce something new. So whether Beast, it's a bit too soon to speculate on the future of Beastars if they, create the next generation series. Or...
Let me guess. Lugosi becomes like a high school math teacher. Like that's the sequel, right? Or he's like a college professor. Or hell, maybe Lugosi goes to college and he's like, I don't know. It'd be, I don't know.
Honestly, I would like it if they finished off season 3 with a good ending. That would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be a nice conclusion, just to wrap everything up. Sure, and then people can just, nostalgic, just like rewatch it and like, oh, this was a great show. And yet, they don't have to milk it. They don't have to go crazy with it. They don't have to reboot or anything. Like, hey, if they have a story to tell, they wrap it up cool.
No,
That's fine.
The whole milking thing usually comes from the West.
Yeah, or
But
like spin-offs or all that stupid crap.
Hey, just remember, like if it's milking, I think there's only
Batman.
2 words I gotta say: Dragon Ball.
Oh, Boxcar brought up a really good, good live comment when he says, "Total Drama Island." Yeah, that was actually a very popular show on Cartoon Network back in like the early mid 2000s, and they made multiple spin-off shows. The same concept of Total Drama Island, but it was kind of like a game show, right? Like you have the same game hosts, but like with different characters each time. Sometimes they would bring back the same guys, and they would just be totally bonkers as they typically were. I don't know if they could do that with Beastars, though. It's not necessarily game show equivalent.
Never know. But all things considered, what do you think? Who's excited for the 3rd season of Beastars?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I haven't read the manga, but I really want to see Lugosi just fucking snap and just eat someone.
But
Like I want to see him go crazy.
Yeah, on the screen.
He's got to.
I mean, it's my bookshelf that's gonna take the brunt of the things, because I'm buying the manga.
Right.
But yeah, each their own. So
well, don't spoil it, but I really want to see him go crazy.
Yeah, I haven't even finished. I still got to catch up on a lot of reading too. Anyway, next item. So to lead into this, we're gonna move on to Disney, and they've basically come out swinging with a lot of upcoming new movies. The first of which is a new The Lion King story.
Mm-hmm.
Mufasa, The Lion King, announced at D23.
I just remember like those 3 hyenas when they're making fun of Mufasa's death, and they're just saying, "Mufasa, Mufasa,
Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa."
Yeah, they just start laughing at it. So, now what is this going to be? What do they mean by live action? Are they going to make those soulless lions like they did in the Lion King live action, where they look like literal animals?
I think so. Like,
oh no!
Yeah, shocking, right? Like, they did. Like, here's the thing. Like, they're still milking. Disney is basically still milking and going all in on this whole live action kerfuffle.
No.
Downside is that they are making a certain amount of money, which promotes more of these movies, which you really shouldn't be doing.
No, they're only making this movie because they have the label and the reputation. Like, oh, hey guys, come see The Lion King. Remember that movie like 25 years ago that was like made over $1 billion? Yeah, come check it out. Of course they're going to milk it. But now we did speak about this a couple of years ago when the original Lion King movie came out, and how all of the animal characters looked completely soulless. Like, it wasn't even live action. They were just like CGI lions and wolves and like, no, not wolves, like zebras and stuff. But they had zero characterization at all.
Like,
and if they're going to do this with Mufasa, the freaking villain, they better make him more expressive or give him a personality or something.
Avera, we did cover some time ago the original concept art for The Lion King.
Yes.
I would really hope that the Disney twats even bother to go with that, because if they do, it'll at least be better.
It would be, because there was, remember, we had the compare and contrast, like the before and after of like how it was supposed to be looking hyper realistic versus cartoon-ish CGI, kind of like what Pinocchio looks like, but even better. Like
Don't
they
get me
look like,
started on that movie.
okay, no, I'm not going to, but like they actually, there was a revision where it actually looked like you can see the expressions in their eyes, like when Simba saw the horde coming at him, he's like, oh my god, like he looked actually scared. They couldn't do that in the original Lion King. He just looked like some lion cub staring into the blank void.
But,
Like he had zero nothing.
but here's the thing: at least with
Okay.
traditional animation, you can hand draw expressions and that. Boxer Husky, the Lion King is everything, but everything is dead inside.
Yes, exactly. Nothing at all. They're like, oh no, my father died. Oh, I'm king now. You killed my father. Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Like they were just like lying. It looked like a nature documentary. It was
And
really
it's
weird.
like where Simba delivers all these lines with a flat, stone-faced expression.
Yeah,
every single
even
time.
Rafiki, the crazy bonkers monkey shaman, like he was boring as hell. Like what was that?
Don't
And
forget
now
the
they're
mic-
gonna do, and now they're gonna do the same thing with Mufasa. Hell, they even did Mufasa. No, sorry, not Mufasa. What you know what I mean? Whatever. They did all the characters dirty. Now I'm getting all mad. Ah.
Mad Doggo.
Yeah, oh my god, I can't even. It was such a travesty, The Lion King. Like that was literally one of the first movies that got me into furry to begin with, The Lion King, and
Yeah.
it's just heartbreaking to see what's become of it.
Yeah, I know. I'm Angie Doggo too.
Ugh.
So to touch on this, the premise of this is going to tell the story of how Simba's father Mufasa rose from humble beginnings to become the ruler of all the prized lands.
That's kind of cool.
And it's basically like, what are we gonna expect here? Are we gonna expect to see like young Mufasa, being all, I'm not a king, I'm not a king.
Nah, I kind of want to see the opposite of that. That's
like
what they're
father, like
doing.
son.
No, I want to see like I am the king, and here's my shaman monkey friend who's going to bring me to power. Maybe he overthrew another lion before him. Ooh, wouldn't that be an interesting storyline? Like Mufasa might be the bad guy. Who knows? Like, yeah, this other guy was bad, and I don't know.
Now they did give us a snippet. There was a trailer of it. Says, but yes, Rafiki will be back.
Of course.
Yeah, and then again, like you said, young Mufasa. We see swooping across the Pride Lands. We see baby Mufasa caught in a flood and washed away. So it looks as though this orphan cub will be forced to navigate this harsh world alone.
Yeah, but we know how it ends. That's the downside.
Well, it's a prequel. We're not really looking forward to to the ending. We just kind of want to see how it happened.
And it's not just that, but right now it's as if the origin story thing has been a really big hit in movies as of late.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird one.
Every character and their mother is getting an origin story.
All right. Something I want to bring up from a question in the chat. Wasn't the Lion King based on some African mythology or a story in their culture? Okay, is it Malice?
Mace.
No. From what I understand, the Lion King is a rip of the Japanese anime Kimba the White Lion.
Yeah, you're right.
And to add to that, it says it has some Shakespearean plot lines as well. Like it had like Hamlet was also a really big inspiration for the Lion King.
Yeah. This particular story of Disney's Lion King, it is a ripoff of Kimba the White Lion. Absolutely, that's just some story that somebody made up, and Disney decided to capitalize on it. It has nothing to do with African history or anything. To be fair, though, originally back in the 90s, Right, not just in Africa, but like when they were making the original animated movie, they actually did use real Swahili and African language and names for their characters to imply meaning. So I think that was pretty cool. Like they actually, like I think even in the beginning of the song, like Ingwinama Ningwinama Bala, like that means, I forgot what exactly what it means. Something like the circle of life. I don't know, but they actually did do their research. At least back then they did.
Yeah, back when Disney actually bothered to give a shit about the stuff they were making.
Yeah, like they actually hired some real like African actors to portray these characters, and even though the mythology of the movie had literally zero to do with their own cultural myths, it was still just a cool opportunity to like have some African culture in there anyway. You know, they're still doing the names and stuff like Simba, Mufasa. Um, all these names are actually like significant in some cultural way. But now it's just like a cashless, a cash grab.
A soulless cash
A
grab.
soulless cash grab. Yeah, sorry, Darwinian slip there. Yeah, a soulless cash grab. That's what this new thing seems to be.
Yeah, it's such a
'Cause-
shame that they're not doing this from the bones of what's it called, from its root, like which is the animated Lion King.
Yeah, like what happened to classic animation? What's up with all this?
Yeah, right. Like where's it all gone? Like we've spoken about it at length a few times, but again, where has the industry gone? Nah, gotta
Well,
have all that
Joel-
fancy schmancy CG stuff.
Joel, there is that picture I sent you.
Yes. Disney
That's where they're
Plus
going.
Day, correct? I just want to quickly fire it up, but yes, there's a promotion for Disney Plus Day.
I think it's over now, but yeah, this was just sad. I'm sorry, this was just sad.
I was just saying, $1.99 Australian dollars for the first month. That's local pricing. So, yes,
$2 a month isn't bad, but
still.
No, that's for the first month.
oh, what's the rest?
I don't know. I didn't care.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
fair
I
enough.
mean, I could ask my colleague who's got Disney Plus, but anyway, while we're still on the topics, yes, Mace Aftershock, good live comment. Just remember, it's okay to be creatively bankrupt, just not financially bankrupt.
That's a big thing. Like they really are just rehashing all their old stuff. Like why in the bonkers is the Little Mermaid being remade after like 20 years? Like what the heck?
Why was the Lion King remade? Why'd they remake?
Exactly.
Mulan?
Why would they do that? I don't know. Because they're running out of ideas. They're just not creative. They can't think of their own stories. Maybe. Heck, I don't
Beauty and the
know.
Beast. What was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
gold one?
same.
It was only
They're
released.
rehashing their classics for the modern era. And speaking of, this is a very good time to segue into the next new Disney big reveal.
Oh boy.
Yes. Oh,
I'm sorry. I mean, oh, this one.
yeah, this one. Disney's making another, sticking with the live action theme, movies for Little Mermaid.
Okay, just before we continue on, bit of a factoid, but the Little Mermaid originally was meant to be a live action. There was a stage actually built for it under the water, but when everyone realized that, oh shit, we can't actually do this, they just abandoned the project and went with Carter.
Yeah, I think singing underwater might be a little bit difficult.
Oh, wait, I didn't see the part where they decided to abandon the project.
Oh, this isn't the current one. This was the original one. Originally, The Little Mermaid was supposed to be a live action and not a cartoon.
And wait, was this supposed to be by Disney?
Yes.
Oh, Disney was gonna make a live action mermaid. Wow. And that was back in what, like the late 90s probably?
Whenever the original one was released, yes.
Well, early 90s, I guess. Wow. Yeah, it's a good thing they went with animation.
Yeah,
Indeed.
it is.
And I believe I I don't know if this was one of the first animations that Disney made, but this was during the golden age of Disney animation. The Little Mermaid was very, very early on in some of their big projects. They nailed the water animation for sure. And the music too is just incredible.
Yeah, but right now, I'm at this stage. I think we can safely say this current new adaptation of the Little Mermaid has been hair raising, and not for all the right reasons.
It's disturbing that they try to change, classic characters in order to pander to some political agenda.
Right, I'll show you a classic example of this, and right now, and we have the solution on screen too, which I will add.
Hmm. So here we go. I hope someone reposts the entire clip of AI White Ariel. That's hilarious. Well, no, think about it. Okay, when you think of Ariel the mermaid, who do you think about? Is it like Rihanna with dreadlocks? No, it isn't.
Okay,
It's
but
freaking Ariel.
out of curiosity, number one, is that Chinese text?
Yes, it is. The Chinese did this because they don't like black people.
Okay. Number two, specifically, why somebody white? Why not go with someone from an island nation?
Yeah, I see your point.
I mean, I really don't think it matters because the thing is, Disney is trying to make a reboot of their own version of the tale of Ariel, and they're trying to reportray this character. Why would they race swap her? Like, it makes her look like a different person. Like, that's not Ariel. That's somebody else.
Yes, it's ridiculous. And plus, even if you do say that, the SJWs on Twitter and online in general are gonna say, "Oh, well, you're being racist if you disagree with her being black in this movie." And, like, for one, no, I'm not being fucking racist. It's just a preference that if they're gonna make a live action Little Mermaid, the mermaid should be like Ariel should be white, like how she was in the animated movie.
Yeah,
So,
that's the whole thing. Disney did the same thing with Pinocchio when they tried to do the live action version. The CGI version looked exactly, you know what I meant? Looked exactly like the animated version. So if you're gonna do a remake of, Ariel the Mermaid, we all know what Ariel looks like: long, flowing red hair, white skin, blue eyes. I mean, that's Ariel, right? Apparently not. Now she has to look like some I don't know, Letitia Queen or something.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, they're doing this for some odd reason. And it's not about being racist or whatever. It's like, yo, you're changing the character to fit some political narrative. Like, come up with original ideas. If you really want to make like your own mermaid story, then go do that. Hey, go make some South African mermaid or something. I don't know. But to
but
change the race of characters, I think that's racist, honestly. Like, why would you turn Ariel black? Like, what? No, she isn't. What are you talking about? That's weird. Like, what are you doing? What if I wanted to make Black Panther white?
Wakanda white, yeah.
Exactly. Like, what the heck? Like, what if I wanted to cast a Nicolas Cage as Black Panther? Would that be racist? I don't know. Like, that's weird, man. Who cares?
Vera, the only reason why they're going loud and proud is because they're so insecure. That's it. Disney's just completely insecure about.
They're very insecure. That's why they censored comments. They censored reviews of this the trailer. Like, well, YouTube's already been doing this for quite some time now.
And it's not just that them who are insecure. Like, we'll get to that in a bit more detail, hopefully time allowing.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I want to share this with you because the memes of the Little Mermaid are fire.
I love this one.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is a great one.
Look at that, Ariel, as seen in the original animated trailer. Next line, Ariel Black.
Now, I'm sorry, but I have to admit, I do like Ariel Black in that. It just looks
Yes.
10 times better than the actual movie shot. Screenshot.
Yes.
It's a pretty good image, yeah, for sure.
Next one, Ariel Bold.
Oh,
Oh,
you know what?
oh,
She's stunning and brave.
that's
All
it.
right, health at all sizes, guys.
Is it?
Sure.
Is it a thing? Is it a thing where a chunky person myself can fat shame another person?
Oh, please do.
Ali, fat
Oh.
shaming is only when you actually do it on purpose, but when you poke at someone for being fat because they're fat, then it's not.
No, this is just silly. This is just a silly image. What the
That
fuck?
shit looks gross.
But it's
Oh my
so.
goodness.
I'm gonna fucking puke.
Let me get you a puke back.
Take a deep breath. You'll be okay.
because there's still one more
Are you
image to
sure
reveal
about that?
in this meme. Okay, there's still one more. Ariel Italic.
Oh! Oh no!
What
See, at
the
this
fuck?
point, that's where I have to point out that's gonna have to be racist.
Jolt, have you seen those memes where they show like all these white characters portraying these different ethnicities, and then they show Ariel, and then it's like the other person?
Oh my
that,
goodness.
that was on Twitter. They showed a Native American, and then they showed oh, what's his name? Jack Sparrow, freaking playing like a Native American. And then the woman who played like the Wicked Witch of like Narnia, she was playing a Tibetan person in like the Marvel universes. They're like, oh, she's portraying a Tibetan, but it's okay because she's white. And then they showed like Ariel, and they're like, nope, we have to race swap her because that's bad. It was actually pretty crazy, like the amount of responses that people got. Like they literally thought people were racist because they were offended by this.
I am so done with the internet.
That is such a good conclusion to come to. You're so right.
And with that, though, we can safely skip along, and time permitting, we do have one more item to kind of skim through. Because you're right, like you bring a point, Noble, like that they're insecure, and it's not just Disney who's insecure that they have to hide comments and that. It's also Amazon. Now you can see where I'm heading towards this, right?
Oh God! Sorry, I just no.
Ero Iluvatar, help us.
Yes. Okay, interesting live comment from Jay. To be honest with you all, I have black co-workers I work with. Even they said that it's stupid what they're doing with Ariel. No joke.
Yeah, it is. It's so stupid. It's bonkers. Like, why? Ariel is a red-haired person. Like, oh God, I'm losing brain cells thinking about that.
Should I get the shotgun? I think we've got a rabid dog here.
Anyways,
Okay, I think if I had that thing with me, I would have put it. Anyway, you know what? I think I got an overlay for you, Avira.
oh yes. Oh yes, exactly. Please. Well, then again, she lives in the water, so maybe that might not be so effective.
Actually, no, it'll work because the live action thing doesn't look like people criticize it because it doesn't look like it looked underwater.
Yeah, because they used dumbass filters and they didn't really actually put any passion into the work they did. And this isn't even a joke, honestly. Like, they really did not. They put zero passion into the actual work that they were trying to create. They didn't want to build a story. They wanted to make money. That's the sad reality.
Yeah. So
that's what Disney does. Because they're evil.
To this thing that we're about to, quickly segue into. Yes, Lord of the Rings. What's the latest cluster? What's the latest cluster on Lord of the Rings?
Oh damn!
It's still running.
Yeah, 4 episodes strong so far. You want to know what our Whammon Power Galadriel has done?
Didn't she bitch slap a big meanie monster?
Well, let's talk for a second about Galadriel. So, for those of you who are Tolkien fans, you know that Galadriel is one of the holiest elves ever to exist in Middle Earth. She has seen the light of the two trees of Valinor, literally the light given to them by the gods of their world. She has seen that and she has been graced upon it. And she is she's basically an angel among mortals. It's actually that crazy. But the thing is, she's not supposed to be I'm a strong, powerful woman. I'm gonna go hit the guys and, do my thing and smirk at you as I chuck you into a dungeon. No, she doesn't fight like that. Like literally as she walks, like people are just like her grace is just all encompassing. She's so far beyond these mortals, and the fact that the people who are writing the Rings of Power see her as nothing more than I'm a strong woman with no personality, it's absolutely degrading to her character, to her entire existence. And yeah, that's not cool. I think I speak for a lot of Tolkien fans when I say that Galadriel was not portrayed properly in the Rings of Power. At least so far, no, she has not been. Tell me I'm wrong, or not. I don't know.
I have yet to see it. I mean, I'm steering. Well, I'm not touching that show with a 10-foot pole, the Amazon one, but the original adaptation, spot on. Now,
here's the thing. Like I am a big Tolkien fan, and I've seen it, and the way that they go about it is just so crazy. I can't even. I'm sorry. Go on.
yeah. Now, of course, it's true. No. Anyway, now I want to talk about the next happening in the Lord of the Rings in the next episode. Is this? And what we're looking at are a bunch of humans rallying and saying, elves will not replace us. And a lot of people on Twitter and online have been saying that they put a pseudo Trump rally in the new Lord of the Rings.
They did, and the reason they did this is because the writers, they used this as some kind of a way to exemplify what they believe Republicans think about minorities. Now, here's the real lore. If you're like an actual Tolkien fan, listen closely. The Númenóreans were afraid of death, and they were jealous of the elves who were immortal, and they can go to Valinor, which is basically heaven. And they couldn't do that. And so the men of Númenor, they tried to, use black sorcery. They followed Sauron, and eventually they conquered the world, and they were very jealous of the elves. But they were never, ever jealous of the elves, or I'm sorry, worried about the elves coming to their own nation and taking over their jobs, or like their trades, or whatever the hell. The elves had no communication with Númenor for like over 1,000 fucking years. I don't know if the writers of this series knew that. Apparently they didn't. Because when they said, elves will not replace us, these elves are coming here and taking our jobs. Yo, that was not the thing. The elves avoided Númenor like it was the Black Death. They would not go there because the humans on Númenor were just so fucking crazy. They started worshipping Melkor under the age of Sauron, whatever. They wanted to become immortal. That's the reason they didn't like the elves. It wasn't because they were worried about them immigrating and taking their jobs. What the crap is this about?
Avera, that screenshot said a lot to me about how the writers are clearly gone off the deep end.
They've gone way off the deep end. Right, you're so correct. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's a concern to me. If they're putting that in something like Lord of the Rings, it's like, no. I'm sorry. No.
Okay,
no.
So in the Legendarium, the Númenóreans are supposed to be the high humans. They're like the superior human population. They're like 7 feet tall. They live to be 300 years old. They have all this technology. They're like superhumans, right? They all live on Numenor. And they're the ones who are jealous of the elves, but they're not the ones who are trying to like destroy other populations when it comes to like the elven race. This is whoa. I don't know where the heck they got this from. This is not Tolkien. This is fan fiction. That's really what it is.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what it is by all accounts. That's what I'm hearing. So, yeah, no wonder Amazon had to see fit to hide reviews of the Rings of Power.
Oh, they did not just hide any; they deleted thousands of them. Like if you refresh the page, they just deleted a bunch. And I also just want to highlight a comment from here that says from Vitu, Nova is a schizo.
Well, that was that episode that you happened like when you had that Little Mermaid thing. I was worried you had rabies for a second.
Well, hey, I'm sorry. It's okay. I have all my shots. I'm good.
What about COVID shots?
I have my rabies shots and my blah, 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 blah shots. I'm fine.
Same. Doggo has her rabies shots too.
But yeah,
Right.
like, well, what do you think is the future of this show, Jolt? Like, do you think it's gonna go?
I think I found a quote one point. Jeff Bezos' son said about Lord of the Rings. Don't fuck this up, Dad.
Oh, what? Wait, hold on. The son of Jeff Bezos, the guy who's funding this, he literally said that.
Yes.
What the heck? Don't F this up.
Yes, and I said a quote verbatim.
That's so funny.
Yeah, look at what they did now, and now they're basically all those millions of dollars down the piss.
Yeah, it's a lot of money they lost because their show is absolute crap.
Oh well. Well, I guess this basically is going to be the end of an era for that sort of movie making, because now, people want the real thing.
Man, why couldn't they just leave it alone?
Yeah.
The same thing with Lion King, Pinocchio, Lord of the Rings. Just leave it be. We don't need some reboot or whatever.
Yeah, but the furries need their fix of Honest John.
Oh, okay, yeah, he was animated pretty well. I'm sure if you type in Honest John, I'm not even going to finish that sentence. Use your imagination.
Thanks for calling me out.
No, man, no, never mind. You're good.
All right, so we've come to the end of this week. Well, wow. It's been quite an experience, I will say. So, without further ado, who'd like to wrap this up with a closing statement?
All right, I guess we can start with Allie.
No, I wasn't like sighing because I was mad at you guys for that. No, I don't mind saying anything about it at all. So like the fursuit photos and stuff that you took, those are and that whoever else took, those are really nice. The other besides okay, I only have two things to say, one about the Little Mermaid and one about the Lion King thing. Like, yeah, I don't have any hope for the Mufasa thing, because since they fucked up with the live action Lion King, I feel like that they're gonna fuck up with this one. And also, yeah, like I said, I'm like no one's being racist if they're disagreeing with Black Ariel. It's just a lot of us prefer to like go along like how it was in the movie, because Ariel, it was white in the original movie, not black, basically.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Besides that, I really don't have anything else to say. I'm just like I said, I am so done with the internet.
All right. Okay. Next up, Noble.
Yeah. I could understand a new company coming out and trying to produce movies from stories long ago. But for crying out loud, how long has Disney been around for?
Many decades.
It should
Maybe 140 years.
seriously though. Prior to Disney's whole live action thing, if some twat from high up in the company went around to the modern studios and said, "Look, we're Disney. We would like to do some live action in quotation movies. Would you like to help us?" How many people do you think will turn around and say no? Back when Disney was basically at its, we're not falling off the edge yet, but we're basically moving ourselves to it. I mean, how many people do you think would have turned around in the entertainment industry and said, "Oh shit, Disney wants to hire me? Sign me up." I mean, the people they've gotten onto their into their positions to do animation, to do audio, it's just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit, this is Disney, for crying out loud. This isn't like some backyard animation studio that literally doesn't even have a roof over its head.
All right. Avira.
Well, I have to say, after just seeing everything that's been going on in the last, recent few moments, I used to really love Disney. I still would like to have some hope in it because there's a lot of furries, including myself out there, who've been inspired by Disney. Who've seen the classic movies and have loved all of that. All that animation. Grew up with all this stuff. The fact that they're trying to remake it into something completely distorted and perverted, I don't think that's okay. It's kind of messed up. Like, I grew up on Lion King. I thought that was super dope. The crap I'm seeing now is crazy. Same thing with Little Mermaid, Pinocchio, everything. So Disney really has been a disappointment lately, and I really hope that they just get their shit together. But for now, I mean, this was still a pretty awesome episode, even though, we had some negative moments talking about Disney, because that's all they are. But, this is super fun. And
Yeah.
I hope to see you guys next week and have a fantastic day.
Indeed. And once again, well, listeners, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that and enjoyed this as much as we did in the making of this. And in that note, I wish to say, yes, this crop of the stuff from the new age is really say what you will of it. With like Disney, Lord of the Rings, and that. Hey, at least we still got Beastars.
Yeah.
So yeah, and today, and I just want to say, may the King of Purple bless your day. Anyway, as always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Player.fm, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more further down the line. This is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.